Week 3 is over. It's technically week 4, still live with the Monday night flurry. Uh, we had our colleague Cole drop out of the hole, but it's Dan and I carrying on. Sometimes our schedules, when they allow, we record. So here we are. We've got a lot of catching up to do. Dan, welcome back.
Oh, it's good to be back,
Yeah.
back in the hole.
Uh, for sure. Your week 3, how are you looking? Um, I've got the standings. So as of week 3, and I've got the brackets, but the Shear brothers on a roll 3-0. Kamish, I found myself apparently ranked in the power rankings 2-1. Seth is 2-1. Greasy Burgers 2-1. Daniel, you're at 1-2, but power ranked at what would that be? 6, middle of the pack. So I also had in parentheses you're back up at 500 tentatively, right? No, you guys don't have anyone playing. You squeaked out a win week 4.
Yes,
2-2.
yeah, I
Uh,
think my score is locked in for the week, so I think I'll be 2-2.
it's the first day of October. Autumn is swiftly in the air. We've got news all across the league. But Phoenix Stealth, he might be 2-2 after this. Caleb, Team Cook, he looks like he's going to be 1-3. 6 teams make it, buddy. And Maine, probably the loudest 1-3 you ever heard.
Yeah,
Like, oh shit. Watch out though, because he's got Jefferson and more importantly, Christian McCaffrey. I think he scored all the touchdowns in the 49ers game. At one point, I looked at the box score, and Brock Purdy was like a perfect 10 of 10. The only reason I know that, not that you care, not that you should care, but I got C Mac in a keeper dynasty league. It's a 5 keeper offense, and we play with individual defensive players. And
nope.
I drafted McCaffrey. Um, this league, you can keep a rookie in a different slot. It was kind of like your buddy Ken's league, Dan.
Oh yeah,
Um, you're out of that though, aren't you?
yeah. I did 3 seasons with that, I think, and jumped out.
That was the most insane fantasy league I'd ever been a part of.
Yeah, I mean it predated all the internet stuff, so they like had made up rules that were maybe
Uh,
popular back in 1996.
so
Um,
that's what that league had been going on for a long
yeah,
time then.
yeah. The rule book had like a first revision date in the 90s.
That's just it. When you guys asked me, and for those playing at home, I joined a very, very crazy, realistic league that Dan and Greasy Burgers begged me. Well, begged me, but also knowing that like if there was one guy that could take over a really really shitty team with a rule book that was like 2 inches thick, it would be me. And I tried to you know
I tried to like it too. I thought it was going to be a lot cooler than it was. It
tried
was just too many rules for no real benefit or interesting play. Half of the rules seemed like to prevent one asshole from doing something shady. One
great.
year it happened.
That's a great point, dude. Because a keeper league that's established is a hard sell, and I tried to go in there and try to trade. I mean, tried to make some changes, and Kamish told me it was wise to keep Russell Wilson. I tried to trade him all year. There was value in QBs, but then once it was probably my fault, but I said I was going to drive the team into the ground. I think that like kind of whoop whoop whoop, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm getting voicemails from block numbers telling me to set my lineups. I forgot all about that. That just came to me. But yeah, no. Our league, Bo Jacks, back to our league. We're a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more friendly. But I did send out the text Did you watch the Ryder Cup at all? Uh,
I watched the very end when they were still possibly gonna be in it, and then what was it? Fowler picked up a putt to give it to him.
yeah, basically. Uh, I
I mean, it
didn't
would have been rough. I mean, it probably wouldn't have happened, but still.
I didn't see last night where apparently Scotty Scheffler cried a little bit, but shame on Team USA. I mean, they just kind of went out and laid a wet fart. But I mean, when you think about it, Rahm, Hovland, and even Rory, like they were playing pretty well leading up to that. I mean, Rahm is like in his own class. You know what I mean? Like watching him hit some of those par fives, but like more importantly, like his putts for eagle. Even if he would his lag putts, he would roll it on up there and then just make it super difficult. That was a
Was that a hole in one in regulation play, or was
I'm
that a practice round or something? Was it
it could have been.
Hovland
I
that
don't
got
know.
that?
Oh, I think it was practice. Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
that I caught that. You could Google it, right?
Yeah. I was a hole in one on a par four.
Oh, they had some holes. That might have been practice, but they definitely had some holes where they were driving to the green for sure. From here on out, more cuts. Aaron Rodgers is at the game, right? So more cuts. T Swift or Aaron Rodgers. You got to think Aaron Rodgers, right? I mean,
I think, yeah, he's in the owner's booth.
just saw him in a
So,
suite. Yeah.
yeah.
Oof, oof. So was it in regulation or in practice? Had to be practice, right? That would have. Anyways, Europe's top three just went and smoked them, right? Rory
Yeah.
had the best Ryder Cup he ever had, and I don't even know that. I mean, Freddie Couples should just be lifetime captain from here on out because Zach Johnson made some questionable calls. But you know, we're getting so far in the hole, we haven't even ripped up the league, right?
So it does kind of look like both Scherer brothers may lose this week.
Thank you for roping us back. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. Um, I'm pretty sure Derek's done then, right? So I'm up and Kenneth Walker to go.
Yeah. Looks like all his San Francisco pass catchers didn't do anything because,
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was over. And then yeah, C-Mac, he had at least 3 tutties.
yeah, he was getting all the love, and Kittle and Debo did not.
Cole, love it, man. But Cole's like, I hate fantasy football because you squeaked out a win, and then I told him about how I took down the Goliath, and Cole's like, that's nice. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Greg didn't like. Well, did you? Okay, so Ryder Cup, and then did you watch the London game? I watched it with.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah, I
talking
turned it
about it.
on. I was watching both the actual broadcast and the Disney Toy Story broadcast.
It's funny. I didn't turn on the real broadcast once. I had Sir Charles and we were watching that, the Toy Story. It was cool. I felt really bad for Booger Farglin at one point, but he kind of does it to himself. I was trying to quantify it to K Baby. I was saying, um, I like Joe or whatever, but I was like, this is Booger Farland. He is kind of like really bad at Monday Night Football, but they put him in the Toy Story game, and then Carlos was just going, rah, he was loving it. But you were right, and so was Cole. Buggy, right?
Oh, very buggy. Like they couldn't get it from the right angle, and for a while we were just watching it with the Slinky dog, I finally figured out was playing the chains first down markers, it was just from an angle where he was in the way and you couldn't see anything going on. And I'm like, yeah, we'll get a sky view here in a minute, and we'll see the action.
That's
At least Booger's not in his little weird little car zipping up and down the sidelines like he used to. Was that when he was on Monday night? They put him in like the
oh yeah, that stairwell chair. For
yeah.
it was, yeah. It was so bad they got him out of the booth and they put him in that little zip chair. I've had to explain to K Baby a couple times that, yeah, that's Booger McFarlane. It's not McFarlane, is it though? It's just Booger Farland. Is it?
Something.
Is
I
he?
think it's McFarlane.
Is he? Is he Shaq's cuz? So this is why.
McFarlane.
Booger McFarlane. Yeah. All right. As weird as it sounds.
Got a lot of meat on the head.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
Was the sideline reporter on the Toy Story game? Was that a kid?
I think they had a few, right? I wasn't quite clear.
Well, it was the one girl who was like a doll on the sideline, and I'm seeing a picture, and it looks like she was a kid.
Maybe.
They're all wearing the little motion capture suits with the little dots all over them, and it looks like a kid. That makes sense.
The cool thing that I thought was like the fact that it had like a football tracer every time Trevor Lawrence seemed to throw the ball, and then kind of the sky cam with the aliens and the claw spotting. Like I didn't pick up on Slinky for a little bit, but like the claw spotting the ball, I had to. I had to explain to K Baby. First, we were on Disney Plus. Two, I was like, it's Toy Story kind of branded. Don't you think instead of the halftime show, and I'm just kind of going off script right now, but like things are coming to me. But instead of having that Evil Knievel Daredevil, don't you think they could have had like Tom Hanks and Tim Allen do a couple of, a little bit, a couple minutes?
No. Like a stage number of Woody and Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The Broadway. I mean, where was Randy Newman, right?
They had some of his songs going, but yeah, he didn't make an appearance, I don't believe.
So I don't know. Have they done that before? Or was that the first go? Because I thought it was.
They did something similar, Nickelodeon themed. It was like the slime cam.
Okay, yeah.
But that was more. They just put a bunch of CGI on top of it, and it was mostly just video of the game, like actual video of the game.
Field goal stuff.
Yeah, this one seemed to be computerized motion capture, and there were a lot of bugs where, especially when people would fumble the ball or hand off the ball, the computer didn't understand somebody else had the ball now.
Yeah, I noticed that. The throws were okay. But the handoffs, yeah, all of that. The tackles for sure.
Yeah.
Especially plays to the sideline. So I don't know how they I don't know how they were capturing it, but whatever. Wilson, I don't know if you're watching the game. They went to the end zone. It didn't happen. Let's move on. Have we hit everybody in the league just about? I kind of gave the recap. The Bears are terrible. Awful, right?
Yeah, I was surprised they were able to pull out a loss there today.
I didn't watch the game at all. I was at Home Depot and Costco. That's how bad this season has gone. I've decided to go to Costco.
Okay, I just saw the play that didn't make it. So I'm about 15 seconds behind.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. It's still fun watching the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to touch base. I mean, I know fantasy-wise, Fields had a big day. I'm going against Derek. DJ Moore looks like he had some points, but other than that, it's kind of shitstorm. You want to touch base on the Packers at all? What happened? They lost the Detroit. Did they get their dicks kicked in, or
Uh they didn't. I mean, they had like other games. They had times where they looked okay, and times where they really didn't. I think it was really showing the offensive line wasn't there. Jenkins is out, and Bakhtiari is seemingly out for the foreseeable future now. So
right?
really, we just need to get an offensive line to give Love some time. Um, newer quarterback needs a little bit more time, and when he has zero time, he's not going to be able to uh, really get through his motions. But I would say we do have kind of two extended breaks. We've got the Thursday night to Monday night kind of semi bye, and then followed by a real bye. So hopefully we'll come back full strength with some cornerbacks that will actually be able to play. Aaron Jones at 100%, Christian Watson at 100%, maybe
Did he do?
Jenkins there.
Did Watson do anything?
No, he didn't really do anything.
Word. All right. Yeah. Well, it's Dan Hesse month, which means it's October, and with that, perhaps in this or that, I had on the script your favorite, and I should have been more specific, but favorite birthday, and I was leaning towards childhood, whether somebody got hit in the head with a pinata stick or something. But do you have any favorite birthday parties that you had? Whether
Oh
you,
yeah, I did write two down that were like from the childhood. The
excellent.
first one after we moved to Wisconsin, joint birthday party between me and my sister. Her birthday is November 1st. I'm October 25th, so we
Well,
always up
is
right
your
near each other.
hold the phone. Is your sister's birthday today?
November 1st,
Oh, I just
a
flipped.
month from today.
I just flipped my headphones around. I think I was wearing them wrong. But November 1st. Okay, and your birthday is.
The 25th of October.
Okay, keep going. Sorry, sorry.
So my grandfather worked on a farm in his retirement. He wanted to be a little cowboy, and he worked at a farm that did buffaloes, bison. So we had a party there, and we got to like look at the. I mean, nobody was riding any bison. You weren't putting any 8-year-old kids on a bison. Uh, but yeah, it was like a party there. They sheared the bison. We had like a party in the party room. I remember that just because it was wild seeing animals that big.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they did have a little like cart that they had a little baby bison pull, which was kind of funny.
Like a little calf.
Yeah,
Uh, and where was the mother? Probably not close, right?
no, they're probably locked in a pen somewhere.
Out of
It was
sight.
a farm for bison meat.
Oh no.
It wasn't a petting zoo type farm.
Interesting. Yeah, usually then I don't know anything about baby. What would uh what would veal be in the bison world? Is there a market for
I don't think they did that. I think it was mainly
probably not if they're having it pull a cart,
poultry
right?
farm. Yeah, yeah. And I don't think many people sell bison too often. So I think they
Bison
just wanted
bison
for
veal.
bulk for veal. Yeah.
That's cool that your grandfather just decided to become a cowboy on a bison farm.
Yeah.
You said
Apparently the owner was a crook though.
oh
And
no.
stole money and ran away.
That's how ranches typically end. You said you had two though, so
Oh, the second one, obviously, third grade Shrek. Me and all the homeboys went to Shrek,
Wow.
rented WWE on N64, and had a sleepover. And it was, that type of birthday party you remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Stayed up all night chugging Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Um, that's incredible. Any toys out of that? Was it? Did you get Shrek toys or?
Not that I remember. I guess I don't remember any of the toys.
Vito didn't come through in the clutch, huh?
This was pre-Vito, I think, because I met him
Oh,
in sixth
interesting.
grade, so this
Fair,
would have been before that.
fair, fair. Are any of those guys alive today?
Yeah, I think they're all alive.
Perfect, perfect. All right, that's fair. Moving on. So how did the brew? How's the brew crew look? Uh,
Yeah, Brewers are looking good. The pitching is there.
are they?
I think they rested all their aces
So they're lined up,
like the last four games.
all three.
Uh,
Freddie,
yeah,
Woodruff, Corbin. They're pitching normally. I mean,
yeah,
they look good.
yeah, they're all healthy. I think they just once we sealed the NL Central division, they
Craig,
sat down.
Craig said, "Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Okay." And who are they lining up
Uh,
against then?
Up until yesterday, I was thinking it was going to be the Marlins, but it seems like the Marlins hopped to five, and now Diamondbacks are
Ooh,
the sixth seed. So I'll believe it's a 3-game series against the Diamondbacks, and then we'll get to lose to the Dodgers in the NL Divisional.
yeah, that's probably how it'll shake out, right?
That's how it's always worked for the last like 3 times we made it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Either way, I would expect you to win against either, right? The Marlins are okay. That they really don't have like, well, they don't have the offense to try to go up against all three, right? And is the Brew Crew,
Yeah.
your bullpen, is it okay? Is it good?
Yeah, we've got a few good guys. Devin Williams,
Oh yeah, that
this
guy's lights out, right?
rebate guy, he's been doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Marlins are a good story, but um, I mean,
well, yeah, the Marlins they're going to play the Phillies in the wild card series. So
right. You were saying it was changing, right? And the Diamondbacks, I mean, I don't know unless Corbin Carroll pulls a Carlos Beltran. I mean, he's still lights out, but I don't well, they got Zach Gallen, right? I mean, I don't know. Walk me through it, Dan.
I don't know. I know we did a number on the Diamondbacks like 3 series ago, so I'm
Yeah.
feeling pretty good about that.
I mean, they beat the Cubs' brains in, and that was a. I didn't want to talk about the Bears. I didn't want to talk about the Cubs. I can say this, like, the future's bright. Like, I didn't expect them to even do what they did this summer. Keep my interest for all those games, as long as they did. But I firmly believe in Nico now, right? And I still think Dansby Swanson on that contract is probably the best scenario out of all the guys they could have gave a contract to. They got Justin Steele, Jordan Wicks, and a guy still in the minors is supposed to be lights out, and a few other guys. And I mean, Pete Crow just got his first taste, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm more optimistic about the Cubs than I am the Bears at this point. I just can't. I don't think the Bears will ever get it right, man. It's just. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is if they just need to get a quarterback who just is a rock star, or I mean, Justin Fields, he looks good so many times, but
I was so
they just
excited
can't
on.
seem to string series together or games together.
Yeah, it's just seems like they bungle it. You know what I mean? They're always doing like a kind of a they're button heads, right? Like Eberflus, he's defensive guy, right? And then they get Fields. I mean, I kind of think Ryan Poles, the GM, is doing some good stuff, but man, they just it is super frustrating. We seem maybe save for now that Joe Burrow's in Cincy, Cleveland, right? We just seem to be the only franchise that can't develop their own quarterback. You know what I mean? I mean, uh,
Well, you need to hang on to a good quarterback to help develop a quarterback.
yeah,
And
it just seems like their problem is they miss on the young quarterback.
Mhm.
Mitchell Trubisky. He came on when Kenny Pickett went out. Kenny Pickett got hurt in the Steelers game, and Mitchell came on. I don't know how that shook out, but we got a game 17-12 on Sunday night right now. Crazy. Yeah, they just I don't know, man. I mean, tear it all down. It works if you get the right people. I think another thing is we're original six, whatever, hockey, football, I don't know. That same family owning it, still trying to find a running back and defense, and they just need to blow it up, man. I can't figure it out. Anyways, so Brew Crew's going to lose to the Dodgers. Man, I think one of the first times we ever hung out, you made bratwurst for me. So give me your bratwurst tips. Let's lay it on.
yeah, I mean, down here, I typically I'll go for Johnsonville.
Perfect.
I mean, it really depends on
Distribution.
Distribution. If your grocery store is a legit butcher department or not. I do like a medium grill, 4 minutes a quarter. You gotta butter that bun, fried
Okay.
onions,
Okay, I'm so glad
sauerkraut,
you
mustard.
you buttered the bun, and that blew my mind. I didn't know that was a technique, and it's awesome. I mean, I can see why Culver's is such a hit. But I knew you were the real deal, and I've said this to you before. You asked me how many minutes aside I did on my bratwursts, and I thought, okay, this kid, he can grill a brat. But the buttering of the bun with the onion and the brat, magnifique. I don't know what that was, but it was beautiful. Absolutely delicious.
Was that at your place or
No, that was at Wheaton Towers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think right after that, you made a Manhattan, and yeah, no, I felt like, and it wasn't like grilled butter or anything, right? You just buttered the bun. It just kind of tied it all together. You had some good onion. Yeah, it was delicious.
You gotta
Um,
get it's the Coop's stone ground mustard is what you need.
yep, yep. I think it's
That's
all about.
Bob Uecker,'s sponsored by Coops, so that's the mustard, the go-to mustard.
That's Euchre's brand.
Oh yeah, he does a Coop spot. I would say every half inning on his games.
Wonderful. I didn't know that. I mean, if I was going to be a spokesperson, it'd definitely be. I bet he has a lot of fun with the mustard spots, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He has a lot of fun with all the spots.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I watch his Hall of Fame speech like every other month or so. It just really makes me think about perseverance. All right. Anything other than that? Yeah, you don't get crazy. I mean, the brat, you just it's simple, right? Onion, mustard. You ever put a little nacho cheese on that at all?
Cheese?
Nacho
No,
cheese?
I've never put cheese on a brat before.
Oh, well, you've no cheddar wurst, nothing like that.
Oh, one of the grocery stores near my hometown did a jalapeno blue cheese inside the brat. That was pretty good.
Oh, woof. You like blue
And then
cheese?
you got the green and gold brats that have like cheddar little nuggets of cheddar cheese curd and like roasted pepper in there.
Okay, that sounds that roasted green and gold. So that sounds good. I
Yeah, but
like.
that's all inside of the brat.
Oh my god, a lot of sausage stuffers up in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
It's great. The league shakes it off, so we got some shuffling. Like you said earlier in the broadcast, the Shear brothers they're going down. You feel like you're climbing your way. You'll be in the playoffs. You feel good.
Yeah, I mean, my first and second week, I had like the same lineup, and got 80 points the first week and 150 points the second week.
Yeah,
So
I scored big
my team
last.
is hot and cold. I mean, but that's the way fantasy is.
Totally. I scored big last week. Beat Cole, who scored the second most. He pointed it out. And me and Derek, a battle. I thought it was gonna be a clash, and we both basically laid wet farts. But I believe in Kenneth Walker. I definitely do. That was a good pick. I found myself doing a strategy, and I didn't even know I was doing it. But I basically just bought like eight $15 running backs, and they're all on my bench, and they're appealing. I just have to wait for people to kind of, you know, league, if you're watching this, I need a wide receiver. Bad. Bad. What?
And I need a
What?
tight end. I've got Dallas Goddard in both leagues. He's a backup in my other league, but he's my number one in this league, and it's not good.
Not producing like he typically did.
No, he's like 7, 9 points tops. I think one week he did like 11.
I got TJ, and that's all I got because his bye week coming up later in the segment. His bye week's like 12 or 13, so I don't have to worry about it. But I hit on him because he's basically a stud. I mean, for in the other league, who do you have? Top notch, Kelsey or something?
Uh, Mark Andrews, right?
Yeah,
The yeah,
same deal, right?
yeah.
That's not bad for having a backup for sure. But yeah, I mean,
It's weird. It's a 7-man league. It's with like the two flexes, and
holy
it's
god, a
wild.
7-man league.
Yeah, two flexes, two punters, a head coach. It's we just added about everything you could. Just
No
it's
wonder
the
you
guys
had.
in college, so it's just for fun.
No wonder you had to leave Ken's league. It's too much. Yeah, no, I got TJ, and at the draft, I saw him. I could figure he was slipping a little bit based on all the money, and then knew that his buy was later. So, we're,
Taylor's on the screen again.
oh, oh goodness. I mean, we really got a little battle, you know. But more importantly, I mean, it's only week 4. There's a lot that's gonna happen. Everybody, keep your chin up. You know, watch Maine go ahead now that he's awake. Now that he's woke, I tried to get him on this podcast, but watch him ship it with all of his guys that he.
I mean, he's been doing great. He's just had tough opponents each
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
He's not playing like a 0-3 team, and he's gonna get it this week. I'm pretty sure, right? He's looking
See,
pretty to.
I kind of think it's funny that we got 6 out of 10 making it, but on the same breath, like fantasy football, you're either one or two guys, right? You're the guy that is first place all year and loses and never wins a championship, and you say we need a reward for first place all season, or you're you get in the playoffs and anything can happen. And I mean, it's bad juju from the start. Like never does the first seed really ever win. You know what I mean? It's hard to do. We're talking football, 14 weeks, 17 weeks, right? After playoffs are done, just about. I did that in baseball earlier. Was first place all year. Got beat by the guy that went on to win it in the well, let's call it the we had 2 rounds. So lost in the semis, I guess, but it's hard to do. In football, I told Phoenix Stealth he was concerned, and he looks kind of good, right? I mean, like he's got the combo of Kelsey and Mahomes. But I said, he could be 2-2. I just said like it's all about the waiver wire, man. It doesn't matter after the draft. And he picked up the one dude, Kyron whatever, Williams or Johnson, I think. But that running back, he's a stud, you know? He's also got
Yeah, he could very well win his matchup this week during this game.
yeah, I think
Got Mahomes, Kelsey, and the Chiefs D.
totally. I had him at 1-2 and marked for 2-2 because it looks like a battle against Seth. Oh, and I got projected total 131 versus 129. But let's check out the box
Yeah, I mean,
score.
well within reason to pull out a W if you get a touchdown pass or two to Kelsey.
Yeah, that combo is, I mean, straight up legit.
Mm-hmm.
Got it in another league, and it just uh, has paid dividends. I got it in John Rose League with a bunch of strangers, and I've won like 3 of the last 4 championships with that. But I also drafted him for cheap. All right, all right, all right. Looking ahead, bye weeks. Have you looked at your? Are you even paying attention? We talked about it a little bit. I'm pretty good on bye weeks.
It's not something I kind of pay attention to it in the draft. I
Yeah, yeah,
Like you mentioned, I kind of do favor the late round buys that may or may not even come into play.
yeah. They're late for sure, and have been right. I think my mentality is like I just want a guy or two kind of skipping. But something I've been employing recently is like, okay, you might have like a chunk of your team out 1 week, but the other weeks like you're full strength just about, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I did a skip ahead on my squad, and I don't think I'm necessarily affected by it, but this week it was bad. Mari Cooper, I don't know what to do with him. You know, Alexander Madison. Are you ready to pick him up? Do you want Alexander Madison? Cam
Is
Akers
that a
full
running
strength.
back you're trying to get rid of?
Yeah, that's right. Cam Akers full strength or no? Is he a full
Um,
participant?
I think I think he's just not a full member of the team yet. I don't
Yeah,
think he,
yeah.
you
Word,
know.
word.
How the heck do I see my buys? I don't even see my buys now.
You want to go to kind of the schedule setting on the tab.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm feeling good. I think there are a couple.
League schedule?
No,
Okay.
I mean you could go to your own team, New Daddy to Love, and then on your home page, it says set lineup and all that, and right above all that says schedule. You can just kind of look at it.
I never used the web version.
Oh my Jesus!
Full schedule.
Oh
Is
my!
this?
I'll check them for you, buddy. It's okay. Cause I'm a
Maybe it's easier on the.
cause I'm a good commish. Oh mama, I'm so scared. Schedule. Oh, oh yeah. So what do you got? Week 5. Jordy Love by week
Yeah.
6. Adam Thielen and your Texans. Week 8, you're okay. I mean, once you get Jordy past that, you're fine, right? You're
Well,
pretty.
I mean, I've got
Yeah, you
you
look
know I've
okay.
got Lamar too, so
Oh, I didn't see Lamar. Oh boy. All right, so you're
yeah,
looking
that
good.
was after that quarter 4 comeback, I got real jazzed about Jordan Love. I bought the jersey right after the game, put him in, put Lamar Jackson on the bench, like you do. Um,
At least it,
I
at least it was Detroit that brought you back. You know.
uh, I he didn't do terrible. He did get 17 and a half points. So I would have done a little bit better against Cole had I played smartly and put Lamar Jackson in.
Straight up, straight up. Rumblefish. Derek is bumping into week 7. Right. Mm, I don't see anyone else, Daniel, that
On
might be having a possibility here. Let's check out the D-Rex opponent.
my team, my week 7 is
What's
not
bad?
looking good.
How
They
did
got a lot of buys week 7.
how did I miss that? A lot of people do apparently. Fantasy worthy. So does Cook. All right, so that could be a problem.
Oh, Mahomes throws an interception.
Oh, mama.
All right, why didn't they pan to Taylor Swift?
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't she just kind of look at some kind of desperation? Let's look at Maine with his schedule as he climbs up. Oh no, Geno Smith. He's got a bye next week. Okay. No buys 6. He's got Jamar Chase on 7. After that, it looks pretty clean except for 10 and 11. So if you're watching, could get vulnerable. Greg. I don't think we did a rundown on Greg. Greg just seems to come out of the shadows and kind of stab a motherfucker, but he's got some buys in 5. Austin Eckler's still out. And then looks like Greg runs a gauntlet 9, 10, 11. Greg? I don't know what to tell
Thoughts
you.
and prayers for Greg.
Thoughts and prayers. Any shout outs for this week? Anybody want to, fantasy football wise, I'm just doing a quick rundown. Oh no, I'm screwed. I got both of my running backs. Nope, Amari and Kenneth. Oh, that's awful. I talk all this game just because I'm the commish, but it really doesn't happen. Dan, I was gonna say, we. I told you to bring $10 on, but we'll save that for next week when Cole's back.
Okay.
It was just gonna be.
Wait, is that an item that costs $10 or just a $10 bill? I guess I don't understand what this at all is.
It was either or, preferably
Okay.
cash. I was gonna try to coax you into doing like a baseball break, and you could have all the Brewers for $10 in a box or whatever I brought on screen. But maybe we'll save that for that next week when
Oh,
Cole's back. I'll be honest. We just want to watch how these matchups shape out. Uh, do you do a quick rundown and then we'll cap off and say goodnight? Do you have
okay.
any? Well, let me say this: October Halloween movies or Christmas movies? Who has more?
Definitely. We watch more Halloween movies.
I think it's Halloween. I think in the catalog of Universal Studios and all the major markets, it's got to be
Yeah.
Halloween, right? Right?
Oh yeah.
There's too many weirdos out there. Do you have any
Well, there
favorite?
are a lot of those like Lifetime Christmas movies
Yeah, there are.
that
There are. Do you have any favorite October movies that come to mind? Anything, whether it's Halloween or maybe, set in fall in New York City.
this one always comes to mind. It's a Thanksgiving themed slasher movie called Thanksgiving,
Cool.
where the evil turkey appropriately named Turkey.
Turkey.
It's essentially a puppet that goes around killing people.
I
It's
love it.
a Thanksgiving themed slasher movie. I
I love it.
recommend.
I love it. That makes me think of Family Feud and the English guy that responds to turkey for 3 or 4 straight answers. Okay. Lightning round. October Rush or October Sky?
October Sky, of
Yeah.
course.
Yep. Of course. Of course. 1989. T Swift or Ryan Adams?
I probably Swift.
Wow. Wow.
I
That's
don't really
bold.
listen to Ryan Adams at all,
Oh,
or Brian Adams.
well, I listen to Brian Adams. I guess in today's world, we can't really listen to Ryan Adams anymore. But if we had Greg on the show, Greasy Burgers, he would be saying Ryan Adams for sure.
Oh, got another rundown of the story of the Ryan Adams, Brian Adams story, where Greg and I went to a show at the Vic on Friday night.
To see Ryan or Brian Adams, or
Brian, we saw the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
whoa, okay, all right, not the Brian Seltzer Orchestra. Yeah, no, really quick. We had midnight after Lollapalooza tickets at the Vic to see Ryan Adams, and about halfway through the show, the only guy that I knew, I mean this was like everybody, hey, can you come? And we brought Sully, my buddy, who's a trooper, to the show. And about halfway through, he asked when he was going to do Summer of '69, and I was like, what? No, it's not Brian Adams, you idiot. I think Greasy Burgers about pissed his pants. So I was like, Sully thought we were at a Brian Adams show, and he wants him to sing Summer of '69. It was great.
Um, um, I would have loved to hear that he yelled out for Summer '69 in a a lull in the show in the
Oh,
action.
that's right. That's right. Ryan Adams already yelled at a guy using like his camera on his phone to take a video or whatever, and he switched to acoustic, and it got dark or quiet, and dark and quiet. And Sully said, "All right, be quiet, guys. Be quiet. He's going to acoustic," and then giggled, and it just it got real quiet, and so his voice echoed. Then I think we were in trouble like when we walked in and Sully slammed a Red Bull vodka on the floor after chugging it. He basically did an O'Doyle like rules. It was awesome. But great show. Saw Rahm Emanuel. And I think Sullivan had a good time, even though he thought he was tricked into seeing that guy. It was great. It was great. All right, well, that's what I had. T Swift versus Ryan Adams. I'm glad you went to the Vic. We got all your favorite birthday items out of the way. I think we hit all the topics, Dan.
We sure did.
How do you feel about this show without Cole? I felt like the hole was we were deep enough, but
We filled the hole today.
we filled it. We filled it. Is it halftime in the Chiefs?
I believe so.
Did I say 20? I'm surprised they don't just bring Taylor up. But 20-12? Is that what I'm dealing with?
That's what I see here. I think that's the halftime score.
All right. Well, happy birthday month. Thanks for coming on. Cole, we miss you. Maine, we're gonna catch you. Seth, you too, and Greg. Thanks for taking out the other share. That's it. Week 3 preview. Week 4. We're almost done. Dan Hesse and Josh Klein signing off from the Josh and Cole with special guest Dan Hesse. Peace.